Hello, Marshy tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy 1 Dawn of Souls Game Boy Advance solo challenge runs. Me, BlueAnkylo. Last couple episodes have been the slow grind for our solo Black Mage, getting through the fairly difficult opener with very little money and inability to survive fighting off some goblins, but at the end of last episode we headed to the Power Peninsula, top right of the southeast bottom right continent, the top right of that. We played around, killed a couple of frost wolves, and got really lucky. They dropped some ice shields, which we were able to sell for good money, and also realizing we can buy ethers in Provoca, which I didn't really know about because, you know, Dawn of Souls has tweaked a few things that I'm not 100% up on. We should be able to make our attempt in Marsh Cave fairly effectively now. Obviously our equipment is pretty pathetic, but our magic is strong, and our level is, I think, certainly high enough. There might be some luck involved, as always is. We could, of course, get stun-locked fairly easily, or bodied really hard by the wizards, or, again, whatever they're renamed to. It doesn't make sense. Whatever they rename them to in this version, I always mess up. The Crown Guardians, you know, we could call them. But the good news is I made enough money that we've got a good supply of potions, which makes just general overworld travel a lot safer. So that's helpful. I don't have to worry about running out of cash every 5 steps like we used to. We're still going to be putting a lot of saves down because, as usual with a mage, especially a Black Mage, our HP is really, really low comparatively to the other classes, and our defense is about as low as it gets as well. So we don't stand up very long in physical combat. All right, Marsh Cave it is. See how we do. So I'll try the old tried and true strat of not saving it every 5 steps just to make it feel a little bit more legitimate. So far, we made it pretty far without getting any encounters, so I'm liking this. We could technically win all these fights pretty quickly. Just a quick fire 2 or 3. Fire 2. I guess I meant a fire 2. Or sometimes 2 castings of fire 2. We don't have fire 3. Don't worry, we haven't hacked that in or anything crazy. We got really good encounter rates so far on the way down, actually. Nice battles that aren't going to instantly kill us. This is the one that could kill us. Oh, so we got hit by the crawler, the 8-hit crawler. And that's the first time in this series that I've seen a character take that hit and not get paralyzed. Because he got 8 hits, I think, whatever it said there, 6 or 8 or something like that. And the target is almost always instantly paralyzed. So this is where I meant to save, of course. Hey, we got a really good Pisco Demon. That's the wizard fight. Wow. Even 2 is just barely enough. So yeah, I mean, much lower level, and we would not have had the HP to survive even 2 hits. So that was quite fortunate that we got it our first try. Just for science here, if you fight this, if you're playing along, that is to say, you could very easily run into more than 2 who crush you before you even get an action. Now, as long as you've got Thundera and you've leveled up appropriately, you can obviously win the fight in one spell cast. But if they go first and there's more than 2 of them, yeah. So yeah, we got really lucky there, actually. That was great. So I'm just kind of curious if, strictly speaking, we can beat the Marsh Cave without any reloading. I know I reloaded because of the science test, but we haven't had, like, a necessary death yet. And our encounter rate is phenomenally low. This is, like, all the way from the wizards or Pisco Demons all the way to the entrance. Not a single encounter. Hacks! Okay, well that went way better than I had any right to. Very, very lucky. Not music. I'll do that right now. Okay, well, I mean, that's pretty much the easiest Marsh Cave you'll ever get. Barely need to do anything at all for that run. That was really fortunate for us. But now we hit the next big stumbling block, the Astos fight. So, in the NES version, it wasn't very hard with the Black Mage, because the Astos had fairly low HP, so as long as you could survive a couple turns of spellcasting, he would be dead. Now, in the remake, he gets quite a lot more total HP, which makes our job a lot harder because we have to survive a lot longer. Now, I just want to see if we've got the bestiary for him, if he's resistant to anything specifically, because I don't think he is, but I never remember for sure. So he's not actually weak to anything, so Blizzara is your best bet for damage. He does have a ton of magic defense, so getting him with status effects, that's why it's so difficult to get him silenced. Or, I guess you could probably dark him as well. Maybe even slow, because there's the slow spell, right? Any spell you have access up to level 4, technically you could probably put on him. So, you know, we could try putting him to sleep, I guess, but that sounds silly. Anyway, Blizzara is pretty sure the way to do this. It just comes down to, can we kill him before he kills us? And I think the Black Mage has a reasonably good chance, so long as Astos doesn't just cast Death and kill us immediately. I think we got one more, and we should have him. Look at that. Pisco Demons and Astos down on the first try. That's possibly a new record. I don't think even the Red Mage had quite that amount of luck. So Black Mage, other than the really, really slow start, is already starting to sort of nuke his way through the enemy forces at a somewhat alarming pace, you could say. So yeah, let's head back and turn in our Fetch Quest series here. I didn't even have to use any of the stuff I brought, right? Like, I bought all those... Well, I needed some potions, but I was, like, over-prepared here with antidotes and ethers and stuff, just expecting a really tough grind. Nope. Not today. Today is the Blessed Black Mage route. Still have to heal up, like, every fight, but... as long as we're winning it in one round, it's a pretty good deal. Level up, no HP, really, but lots of intelligence. How's our physical looking? 24 damage with that knife. Well, the good news is, if you like physical attacks, we're about to get the Black Mage's second best weapon. Not counting stuff like the Mazmune, of course. You usually don't count the Mazmune in terms of your best weapons. And I say that... I'll try a Blizzard spell. Let's see how it's scaling. Just level 1 Blizzard spell. That's not bad. 89 damage. Strictly speaking, there is also optional dungeon weapons. So, although the Cat Claw is the Black Mage's best normal, or Black Wizard's normal best weapon, there would be other alternatives available to you if you're doing the bonus dungeons. And I do plan on showing those off, hopefully after I'm done all 6 solo runs a little bit, just with a couple different classes solo to see, just to show off sort of what the difficult bosses are. I probably won't clear it all 6 times with every character because just spending too much time. I guess I'll pick up Sleepra for no real reason other than to fill up my spell slots. Oh, that means I should have bought the level 3 spell Hold as well. What would you think is more useful? No, Hold would be the only thing that has any chance. I wonder... I feel like there might be a boss that Hold technically can work on. It might be Carry. I could probably just check right now while I'm thinking about it. Let's go look at the Lich first, who's immune to probably everything. Definitely immune to paralysis, so that'll stop Hold. It's undead, right? So he gets kind of all status immunity as a general rule of thumb. But Carry is not considered undead, or the Merilith. Yeah, so theoretically, she's actually got weaknesses to a bunch of those. That's interesting. I wonder if I should try that out, because theoretically we could hold her. We could silence her. That's interesting. I wonder if that was the same in the... I mean, she's got more magic defense than Astos, so it'll be even more difficult than hitting him with silence. That would be pretty cool. You could even poison... Or no, you can't poison her or turn her to stone. Maybe I'll have to try out some status ailments on Carry, just because the Black Mage is kind of... well, he's kind of our last chance. I mean, the White Mage has silence, so I guess we could try, when we do the solo White Mage run, we could theoretically try silencing her, but the Black Mage has probably the majority of the status ailments, so... And the Red Mage was doing just fine with, that was silly. The Red Mages, of course, were doing just fine with, buffing up their physical attack with their fancy swords. I'll consider it. I'll definitely consider it. Alright, we see Matoya clumsily walking around, tripping on everything. Go through our little fetch quests. That'll be the biggest time sink for this episode because we blasted. I can't, like, we got, I don't know, well, I say we got really lucky. In comparison to the other characters, the Marsh Cave and the and Astos fight were just trivially easy there. That was kind of ridiculous. So let's go wake up the prince. Might as well kill some wolves as we go, because why not? Oh yeah, I don't have Cure 1. What am I thinking? This is not the Red Mage run. Oops. Alright, we wake up the sleepy elf. And take on our Mystic Key. Okay, progress. Today's, like, the first two episodes I was feeling a little bit bad because we weren't making a ton of progress. Oh boy, today though, I wonder if we can, like, kill the Lich in today's episode as well. Okay, White Mage weapon. And I think there's a Mithril dagger in Cornelia's. So, do I want to go pick up... I'm deciding, you know what, let's just go do it. I think we'll be progressing fast enough, and I could use the money, honestly, because level 5 and 6 spells are going to be pretty expensive. And we want them, we'll want level 5 spells instantly, and we'll probably be able to cast level 6 spells fairly soon as well. So I'm going to go head back, not to the Marsh Cave, because that would be too much trouble. But I will head back to Astos' castle to steal his loot. Seeing as we already killed him, and wow, we're getting all the wolf encounters today. Alright, the game is punishing me for my backtracking here. Fair's fair, game, you got me. Terrible encounters. Oops. It's probably still faster just to burn them all, because the fleeing has not been terribly successful. Holy smokes, wolves! I've got to level up off the wolves that I was going too fast to read, but... theoretically, if you're watching, you can see how much more HP we have. Not like that makes much difference. Okay, so we want to do a little loop-de-loop around the back. Use our key. And pick up some money, lots of money, and a little bit of money. Now, one thing you could do here, assuming you want to save it, I have done grinding here before. This is actually, we'll talk about this area more when we're playing the solo White Mage. This is actually a really good area for the White Mage to level up a few times. Because this is the first, like, guaranteed encounter where she can actually do area of effect spells. Like, she won't have fire too, but the White Mage will be able to fairly easily win against groups of mummies. They can technically put you to sleep, but they don't seem to do that too often. And she could blink herself out of that if that was a real concern. So, yeah, I just figured I'd show this off a little bit. The Black Mage can certainly level up here just fine, but the Black Mage can level up almost anywhere because of his amazing spells and intelligence staff. So there you go. You can get level up here very quickly if you want. The middle chest is a little bit more dangerous because it's guarded by the ghouls, or whatever they're called, the undead that can stun lock you. I would rather fight the mummies that technically can stun lock you, but do it at a lower rate, I feel. Could just be, maybe it could be exactly the same for all I know, but, you know. Anyway, that's an acceptable place to level up if you're a red or black mage, but it'll be more important for a solo white. Alright, let's recharge our spells. We'll sell all of our gear once we're done picking stuff up. I don't know if I'm going to bother... Oops, a little bit overshot in there. I'm not sure if I'm going to worry about picking up the Chaos Shrine treasure chests. The Werebuster and the Rune Blade don't sell for all that much. The Power Staff is worth so much more. There's that Mithril Knife, so that's our second best weapon we'll ever get for our Black Mage. It's a pretty big... Oh, technically you could go with the Power Staff. That would be kind of silly, though. You're giving up 15 accuracy for 2 damage? I don't know. I don't think that's worth it. I don't think it's going to really matter, but yeah, I don't think that'll ever matter. Alright, let's just go to the Dwarf Cave. Hopefully we get enough stuff to sell here that we're laughing at the next town in terms of cash flow. Yeah, the castle, the Chaos Shrine Castle and the bottom of the Marsh Cave. There's some chests down there that are Mystic Key locked, and I don't know. I rarely have the patience to get them. In fact, usually you probably want to skip the Astos Castle chests as well, just because like money is not usually too much of an issue on a solo run. More so maybe with the mages than the other classes, but you know, you don't really need thousands and thousands of extra gold. And even if you had the choice, you'd probably be better off just fighting enemies, getting a couple levels up, and making your gold that way. You know, that'd be a better use of your time. Getting to the next area, getting some level ups over there kind of thing. I mean, maybe if you're speedrunning it, I guess. If you're speedrunning it, it might be strictly faster to get the money by diving and getting some chests, just running from all the battles, and saving the actual combat for once you are in a really good leveling up area and you can kill everything really easily. You know, I could see stuff like that being true. Okay, so Firaga is the only necessary spell here. I guess Slowra is more accurate than level 1 slow, so it's more likely to take effect, but it only hits one target. You could try to get this to work on Carry, or the Merilith. Scourge is poison, so theoretically that could kill Carry as well, I guess. But Teleport's the one we really want, because that's the Black Mage's only escape option, and that's a nice way of saving some time. Once we can actually cast it after we're promoted, unfortunately. So let's sell off some junk here real quick. Power Staff, thanks for the money. Falcon, not worth much. Most of this stuff's barely worth the time it takes to pick it up. Worm Killer's pretty good for money. Mithril Mail, not bad. And then we need to buy the Armor Shop. The first significant defense upgrade for your mages. The Silver Armlet or Silver Ring. It's a discount, 20% off from the original. There we go. Alright, so with that, we actually have I would say a half-decent defense stat. 17 is nothing amazing, but it's a heck of a lot more than 6. Basically tripled our defense. So that's good. Now, we could probably rush over and kill the vampire. But we have unlocked level 6 magic. And I believe, unlike the Red Mage, where we were blocked until promotion from Thundaga, I'm pretty sure a Black Mage can learn Thundaga pre-promote. So we're going to go test that out. Not that it's going to specifically help us with the Lich. Firaga will hopefully be enough. But it's always nice to have more spells options. I should probably save here. This is dangerous. We're in Danger Town now. We're fighting enemies the same as we could have fought in the Power Peninsula. Similar-ish around here. We're probably dead. Ooh, we went twice. Good luck there. Okay. So unfortunately, it doesn't look like we can go, or we can't kill those enemies in a single casting. They've got like 250-ish HP. Now, I would be more confident in fireballing this group. Yeah. Also, if we end up fighting, what's it called? Trolls? I believe trolls are weak to fire as well. Anything that regenerates is often weak to fire. This might be a very difficult fight. They don't hit as hard as the giants, but we just don't have very much defense. If we can cast quick enough, we'll have it, but... ooh, lucky day. Alright. That should be some good XP there. Even some intelligence out of it. Sweet deal. Now, I didn't really come here for level grinding, but certainly not going to turn it down. And a troll. So these are probably the only kind we can one-shot, I think. Yeah, extra damage. Once you get over about 200 or so, you can kill them pretty easily. Alright, so I have just enough money to buy one level 2 spell and maybe a few high potions. I could also buy an entire stack of high potions, which might be a better idea. Unfortunately, no armor, no weapons, really. There's almost nothing left to buy until the town of Gaia. So yeah, we can learn Thundaga right away. You could technically learn everything as a Black Mage. That's handy. So stun is like a more accurate... I thought it'd be 20,000 gold as well, sorry. In the original, they're all 20,000. Stun is a more accurate form of hold. That might be what I try on Merilith. Because hold is like a level 3 spell to paralyze. Stun being level 6 has like a better chance to hit, even though it does the same thing. And if an enemy can be paralyzed, and I'm sure she said she could. Let's, where was she? I went too far. There we go. It definitely says weakness to paralysis, so if we could get her stunned, that would be awesome. And then she'll probably recover in 1 turn or something. It'll take us 5 turns, you know. It's probably a waste of time, but it's kind of, you know, I'm kind of looking forward to trying that. Alright, so maybe... Was there any other spells that I would buy right now? Death, paralysis... What else was it? Sorry. Brain just turned off there. Death, quake... They're all instant death, earth element, or whatever it counts as. Instant death, death element, and stun. Normally not very good, unfortunately. So I'm not going to worry about buying those. I would like a full stack of high potions, though. So I think we'll stick around town long enough to buy 99 of those. Shouldn't take very long. Oops, we got into a battle immediately. So Thundaga will do slightly more damage than Firaga, unless they're strong to lightning. Not quite enough to instant one-shot. Still, pretty good experience. Not great on money, I suppose. So my goal here is just to make a few thousand GP, and then we'll be off. Not sure we're going to survive this one. Ooh! Well, we keep getting the XPs, as the randomizer likes to call them. Good for experience. Not great for making me my money. I think the Giants are probably your best bet for money around here. So it does cost more MP to go Thundaga, technically. So usually you want to find out like the most MP efficient way of killing a group of enemies. And as you level up, you can kind of use lower and lower tier spells. Also, we're almost level 30, which is about the level that the other stronger classes were about able to kill the Lich. So I'm thinking we're pretty close. I wonder if we can kill these guys with Blizzara. Nope, doesn't matter, we're dead. So if we ever get to the point where you can kill a Hilgaigus in a single cast of Thundaga, that means you could go to Giant Alley in the Earth Cave and get some pretty quick level ups, because you'd be able to just kill them in a single casting, move along, and you'd take some damage, but it wouldn't be too bad. Alright, my money-making strategy here, not going amazing. Story of my life with the Black Mage. We must be close to killing him in one shot. There we go. Those are the guys I needed for money, and that was a nice level up as well. So I think I just need, like, maybe one more fight with a few giants, Hilgaiguses, and then we'll be set. And yes, I probably would save money overall if I went back to the inn every time, but it's kind of faster to menu a little bit here. And honestly, once I switch over to high potions, I probably won't be using normal potions at all, so I kind of want to use them up. So I'm not going to be repurchasing them, is kind of what I mean. Like, it's actually cheaper to not go to the inn if you're just trying to get rid of stuff that you're never going to use again. Although, theoretically, I already spent the money on the potions, so... Not a very great level up there. Okay, we probably have enough money. Let's see if we can get into town, go to the normal inn. Max out on high potions. There we go. I didn't even need as much as I thought. But I'll buy some more ethers. I do have to give Dawn of Souls credit. It's made shopping so much easier and quick and cheap. It's quite convenient to just be able to buy stacks of however many you want. And also the prices are lower. So that's nice. Okay, so that was fun. Let's head back to the Earth Cave and see if we can get that finished for today's episode as well. Although we're running pretty low on time. I think we'll be able to get the vampire down with a little bit of luck, but ooh, we might die. We died. Totally could not kill that group. We just need like a little bit more luck on the intelligence side, and our damage I think will scale enough to kill those. And this is some mostly free experience. Alright, back to Melmond we go. A little bit. Oh, wait, I went too far. It's pretty easy to overshoot when you get into super speed mode. My bad. 126 damage! We surpassed 100 damage with our knife. Our mithril knife. There we go. Alright, let's heal up quick. I guess I could buy a second fire or level 5 spell, but we'll get there eventually when I've got more money to waste than I know what to do with. For now, we'll save it up. We'll want to have, oh, what is it? A lot of money when we finally get to Gaia to buy a gold ring and a protect ring, as well as level 7 and level 8 magic. Even in the Dawn of Souls, that stuff's pretty expensive. So yeah, I should probably start just running from enemies around now. Actually, you know what I should do? I use these so rarely in this version, so let's tent it up. There we go. Alright, Cavern of Earth. Right. Let's see how lucky we are. The Red Mage, if I remember correctly, just blasted through the 3rd floor and the 4th floor. Made it look like a joke compared to poor fighter and thief's bad luck. And the Black Mage has already blasted through 2 dungeons, or 1 dungeon and a boss, making them look easy. So we'll see if his luck holds, assuming the bats get out of my way. These guys are kind of hard to run away from, so yeah, like if I'd failed to run against that fight like 2 or 3 times, we could have died. Should probably sort that so I can get to my stuff faster. Oh, you know, I should at least put a save here. I know, I still feel like saving mid-dungeon is kind of abusing the game a bit, but at least 1 save on this floor is smart because you're so likely to die here. Unless you just fight wolves. Yeah, I was complaining about the wolves earlier. Bring them on now. This is fine. Intelligence increased. Brains +1. Oof. Good. Wolves and 1 mummy encounter. Not bad at all. Feeling pretty good about killing this vampire. I'm not even going to save it. Bring it on, vamp. What? You gonna have your skin sparkling in the sun or something? Ooh, he hits hard. We're gonna need 2 spells. Oh yeah, we got him. Goodbye, vampire. Pretty sure 1 cast of Fire 3 usually killed him in the NES version. Pretty sure. Hey, thank you, Victory Music. I appreciate that. Alright, we got the ruby. Unfortunately, unless you're doing some sort of weird randomizer, you'll never be able to just exit out of here with your magic. So you do have to flee after killing the vampire, and I feel like putting a save down there is probably just going to save us some time if we do die horribly. But we haven't actually seen any of the encounters that are terrible until just now. I'm just going to go all the way with Thundaga, although I'm pretty sure even like Lightning 2 would kill them all. Assuming we managed to not die. Alright, we didn't die. Well, one dangerous encounter basically so far. That's really lucky. Just there's dangerous encounter number 2. Wow, good luck going first. All right. 2 bad encounters. I felt like playing as the fighter and the red mage, or the fighter and the thief. Not only did we not survive those bad encounters, we also ran into this group way more often. And we did not get stunned. Holy smokes. So I don't even know, right? Like, with the thief that usually manages to run away from battles, it felt like we weren't even getting the option to get a single turn in when we were playing as them. I don't know why the red mage and the black mage don't get stunned so easily. Perhaps the magic defense behind the scenes, you can't see it or anything, but maybe they're just better at resisting statuses because of their class. I don't know. I suppose if they were kind of copying Dungeons and Dragons, like the old editions, the magic resistance in the background would kind of work like your saving throw, and magical characters tended to have better saving throw numbers as they leveled up compared to fighters, saving throws against stuff like magic, basically, specifically. Fighters tended to be better at more physical focus saving throws. Anyway, that was, again, I did save it, but we never died, so that was, again, a perfect run for a Black Mage. Maybe we'll get killed out here on the main map. Nope, again, all of those attacks, they hit us. We did not get stunned a single time, whereas the fighter or the thief seemed to get stunned if they got hit a single time, basically. So very peculiar. I'm still not sure exactly how the mechanics work, but our ability to not get paralyzed stun-locked is apparently quite superior as a mage, which I guess kind of balances the solo challenges a little bit, because those were the most dangerous areas for the knight, or the fighter and the thief had the very most difficulty getting through those groups of undead that could stun-lock you, really. Like, no matter what we did, we basically died in one round, because we just never get an action. And if you never get an action, I mean, I don't really have anything I can do to help. I'm not even sure if the Black Mage has been stun-locked once this Let's Play. I think the Geist might have got him once outside of Elfland. But other than that, I think he's had a pretty smooth sailing. I don't think he's had anything really... Like, Marsh Cave and the first run of the Earth Cave were completely free. So, it's pretty sweet. So we're 32 minutes in. I suppose we'll probably need to cut the episode here. I guess I'll get to the entrance, and next time we'll tackle the Earth Cave. Hopefully my luck continues into the next episode. Assuming we can beat the Lich, which I haven't really tried, but I assume we'll be okay. Well, 1200 HP. It's got 1200 total. There's no statuses we can do. We don't have any real protection. We might actually have a really hard time with the Lich. We don't have any way to increase our defense. We can't resist magic or stun or sleep. And his physical attacks will do a lot of damage to us. Now, the Lich is weak to fire, so Firaga will probably do the same damage it did to the Vampire. So, say 250, maybe 300 if we get a couple level ups on the way down. Like 50% more than that, approximately, I think. That's good. But I'm not sure if that'll be enough. Like, even 300 damage a turn would take 4 rounds. Depends on how hard he hits. We could have a really hard time getting that many turns before we're dead. Anyway, we'll try that out next episode. And if we end up having to do some level grinding, we'll save that for then. I wish... Well, I did have 1 cottage, or 2 cottages, technically. I wish you could just buy cottages earlier on. Like, tents are cheap enough that, you know, if you want to restore your MP, you just buy a bunch of them anyway, but... Anyway, that's all for today's episode. Pretty good progress. We went from just leaving Elfland to basically ready to kill the Lich. That's not bad, not bad. Not quite the pace of the fighter, but, you know, we're doing fine. We're Black Mage. We're squishy. We're going to die, supposedly, more often. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.